It's that time for another episode of Bell to Bell, the show where we look at wrestlers' first and last matches in the WWE. This next pick comes from Blue Boys 2005, and it's Shelton Benjamin. And by the looks of things, I better get this episode out soon. So let's begin. So Benjamin signed with the WWE in 2000, and was of course first sent to WWE's former developmental promotion, Ohio Valley Wrestling. There he formed a tag team with Brock Lesnar, dubbed the Minnesota Stretching Crew, and they won the OVW Southern Tag Team Championships a handful of times. Finally, about 2 years after being signed, Shelton Benjamin made his WWE debut. On the August 4th, 2002 episode of WWE Heat, Shelton Benjamin made his first appearance in a match against Just Incredible. After a spinning heel kick, Benjamin got the win. He would go on to compete on the next 2 episodes of Heat, but then disappeared until December of 2002 when he showed up on SmackDown alongside Charlie Haas as protection for Kurt Angle, and thus formed Team Angle. Haas and Benjamin would go on to win the WWE Tag Team Championships in February of 2003. They eventually lost them at the Judgment Day pay-per-view of that year, and shortly thereafter, they'd break away from Kurt Angle. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin would stay together and compete under the name The World's Greatest Tag Team. They then won the tag team titles again in July and lost them in September. In March of 2004, Benjamin was drafted to Raw, where he began to feud with Evolution. Then, in October, at the Taboo Tuesday pay-per-view, he won his first singles title in the form of the Intercontinental Championship. He held it till June of 2005, and after that, he had a variety of storylines, including his mama coming in. He eventually won the Intercontinental Championship again in February of 2006, and lost it at that year's Backlash pay-per-view. However, 2 weeks later, he'd actually win it back, until losing it in June. He then had another run with Charlie Haas, starting in December of 2006, but it didn't really go anywhere. Now, jumping ahead to November of 2007, Shelton Benjamin made the move to ECW. He had a handful of feuds, till being drafted to SmackDown in 2008 and won the United States Championship in July. He actually held it for quite some time, till March of 2009. Then in June, he went back to ECW, where, like before, he had a variety of feuds until it was cancelled in February of 2010. He then went to SmackDown again, and now we arrive at Shelton Benjamin's last match in WWE. It was actually at WrestleMania 26 on March 28, 2010. Benjamin competed in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It was his 5th time competing in the event, being a part of every Money in the Bank up to that point. He of course didn't end up winning, but the match itself was filled with a ton of memorable moments. And so, we haven't seen Shelton Benjamin in the WWE since then. Yet. It looks like he'll be making his return to the company in the near future. So if that's the case, consider this a look at his first run in WWE. So, with that, thanks again to Blue Boys 2005 for leaving the request. You can check out the last episode of Bell to Bell, which was on John Morrison. Don't forget to subscribe to Tap Out Corner for future videos, and check me out on Twitter @TapOutCorner for updates and more. This has been Zach, and that was Bell to Bell.